Hello and welcome. I'm Raghav and today we are going to learn about Gatling Frontline. I'm going to go very basic step by step, so do not worry if you have never learned or never known about Gatling Frontline. We will see what is Gatling Frontline, how do we set up Gatling Frontline. We will also explore the web UI of Gatling Frontline. I will show you all the options, all the features. We will see how do we do the entire setup. We will also learn how do we upload our Gatling tests on Gatling Frontline, and then how do we run from there, how do we see the logs and reports, and how do we do CI/CD integration. So this is going to be very easy and very interesting. Let's get started with what is Gatling Frontline. So it was earlier called as Gatling Enterprise, and it is the management interface for Gatling where you can upload your Gatling projects. You can do all kinds of you can check all kinds of advanced features, monitoring, reporting, analytics, metrics. You can share with your team, and you get a web UI where you can track all your project and all the progress reports and analytics. We can also integrate our tests in the CI/CD pipeline using Gatling Frontline. We can do team collaborations. So all this we have with the Gatling Frontline or the enterprise version. And there are two versions of Frontline or enterprise. One is the on-premise version where you have to do all the installation and all the setup yourself on your premise, on your infrastructure. And then there is a cloud version where everything is already provisioned, and we just have to create an account. We have to register and then create an account, and everything will be there, and with the help of a browser we can log into our account and we can manage all our activities on Frontline on the browser on the cloud. So this is what we are going to see today, so that when we can very quickly see all the features and options with the Gatling Frontline. So we are going to set up a cloud account. So let's get started with the section 1, which is we have to register and create organization on Gatling Frontline Cloud. So I will go to cloud.gatling.io and do registration. So here I will go to this is my system. I will open my browser. I will go to cloud.gatling.io. So this is where I will go, cloud.gatling.io, and this is the Gatling Enterprise. So I will first create an account. So I will click on register here. So I'll click on register, and we have to give the name, last name, and I have to give some email. So I'm just using one test email here. I use this for my test accounts. So don't send me any emails here. I will never receive them. This is I will use here. I will give a username, and I will also add a password here. So let me add a password and confirm password, and I will click on register. So this already exists. Let me say just I will use Raghav here. Let me see if this does not exist, and I will click on register, and yes. So I need to verify the email address to activate the account. So I'll just check, and yes, I have got an email here from Gatling Enterprise, and this is the link to validate the account, and yes. So this is validated. I can now proceed and log into Gatling Enterprise or Gatling Frontline on the cloud. So I will again go to cloud.gatling.io, and now I can log in. So I will give my username or email and give the password and click on sign in, and this takes me to the organization creation page. And this is the we have already done step number 1, step number 2, and now we have to create an organization. And here I will give the details of the organization and create an organization. So here I can give any organization. Let us say my org1. I'll just say my organization 1 here, and you can give some string here and say create organization and say confirm. So I will be the owner of this organization, and this creates the organization for me, and yes, this is done. And this is the Gatling Enterprise or Gatling Frontline UI. You can see here we have organizations, and you will see the organization that I have just created. So here we have got our organizations, the credits, remaining, all my details here. Then we have users. So as of now my user is already added, but if I want I can invite more users. I can invite my team, I can give the email address, and I can provide the role and then the team roles, and I can invite users. We have packages, simulations, API tokens. I will show you this in a moment. So let us just go back, and I'll just go back to the organization that we have created. So we have created the organization here, and now next we have to download the Gatling bundle. So basically we need to have our Gatling project. You can download the Gatling bundle, or if you want to use your existing Gatling project, you can do that as well. So here I will go to the Gatling website, gatling.io, and here I will just click on open source. I can get the bundle from here, and here I will scroll down, and from here I can get the Gatling bundle. So this we have already seen earlier. We can get a Gatling bundle standalone here, or if you want to use with your project, we can get it from here. So as of now I will just get this standalone package or bundle, and it is downloaded. I will check here, and yes, it is downloaded. And now I will unzip it. So let's say I want to unzip it at you can unzip it at any location. In my case my E drive has some space, so I will just go to my E drive and go to tools, and I'll just create a new folder called Gatling. Uh, this folder creation is not necessary. I'm just creating it so that I have easy references, that I have kept my Gatling folders and projects here. And now I will just unzip this here in my E drive, tools, Gatling, and I will say extract. So this will unzip this folder, and yes, I will now just check. I'll go to my E drive, Gatling, and yes, my folder is here. And basically this is the same project folder that we have been using in our earlier sessions as well. So if you want to use if you want to use your existing project, you can do that, or you can just get it from here. So we have done this. Now we have to create package.jar, and for that the steps are, I have to open CMD, or you can open your terminal if you are on Mac, and then go to the bin folder, and there you will find this file enterprise package.bat or enterprise package.sh. If you are on Windows, you will use enterprise package.bat, and if you are on Mac, you will use enterprise package.sh. And then we have to run this file, and then it will create a file called package.jar in the target folder. So as of now you can see I don't have any target folder here. I will just go to bin folder, and you can see here I have enterprise package.bat and sh. As of now I am on Windows, so I will run this file. I can double click, or I can just go to command line and go to this location, and a shortcut to go to command line on the same folder is on this address bar. I will say CMD and hit enter, and this will take me to the same location on the command line. Now here I will say enterprise package. I have to use the package.jar file, and I will just package.bat, enterprise package.bat, and I will hit enter, and then this is what I am getting here. You can see it says created package here, package.jar in the target folder. If you now go back to your project folder, you will see a target folder created, and here package.jar file is created, and this is exactly what we have done in this section. So our package.jar file is created. This is what we did on the command line, and we have got our package.jar file created. So now we have done step number 7, and now we have to upload this package on the Gatling Enterprise or Gatling Frontline Cloud. So here I will click on the packages section and click on create. So if you go to your UI of your Gatling Enterprise, I'll just go back again here. So here you can see we have all these options. So here we have packages. So I will go to packages, and as of now we don't have any packages. I will click on create here, and now I can give any names. Let us say my package 1, and here we have to select a team. As of now we have a default team. If you want to create teams, you can always go from here and create teams, but as of now I'll just use the default team and say save, and you can see this package is saved and created. And now, so we have done this, we have created the package, and now we will click on the upload button and upload package.jar that we created in the last section. So here you can see there is a upload button here. I will click here and I'll just click on upload here. You can drag and drop, or I will just browse the package.jar which is here in my target folder, and this is what I need. I'll say open and upload, and yes, this is done and everything is fine. So we have uploaded our package.jar file here, and we have done step number 10, and this is uploaded. Now we have to create a simulation, so click on the simulation section and say create. So you will find the simulation section here, so you can check here and click on create, and here we have to give the simulation name, team, package, etc. So all these options, all the details we have to give, all the simulation details. So let us give all these details here. I can say simulation name is Gatling Performance Test 1. Team, as of now we have default team only, so I will select this. Now package, I will select the package that we created, that is my package 1. And now you will see all your simulations that are there in your project will come here. So this is the use of this package. It actually packages all our project, and we have our simulations available there. So all the simulations that you will find in your simulations here, so you can see all these are now available there. So basic simulation and all these advanced are also available there. So here I can select what I want to run. So I will just use the basic simulation here and say next. Here we have some more options. Choose pool. So let us say I will select US West California, and I will keep all these as default and say next. And these are the JVM options, and if you want you can override them here. I will click on next, and this shows us some more global properties, and you can also check the global properties from here later, but as of now I will keep as it is and click on next. And here it is saying the first seconds you want to exclude from the run. So let us say I'm saying first let us say 3 seconds I don't want to do anything, and for the ramp down also I'm giving 5 seconds. So this will have the ramp down. This is the ramp down time. I will say save, and this simulation is getting saved now. So this is done. We have our simulation created, and we have done this step. We have added all these details, and our simulation is created. So we have done step number 12. Now we can save and run the simulation, and then we can check the logs and the reports. So here if you go to the simulation, you will see there is a run button here, so we can start the simulation from here. You can see the run history. As of now there is no history. You can see the reports and logs from here, and assertions as well. So as of now I will click on this start simulation button, and I will confirm yes I want to start, and as you will see it is getting executed. And here you can stop if you want to stop, and you can see the logs here. So let us click on watch logs. So here you will see all the logs coming up. So as we will have our simulation started, all our logs will be coming up here, and then this will be the reports. So if you go to the reports, as of now you don't see anything because nothing has yet started, but you will see that soon. This is the run history. As of now a single run. I will go back and again go to the logs, and you can see it is starting and deploying pool in US West California with one instance. This is as per what we selected, and yes, you can see now it is checking the connections to injectors. and now it is uploading resources to injectors, and very soon we will have our test or the simulation getting executed, and or the simulation will be executed as per whatever we have mentioned in our simulation. So if you go and check, this is what I'm getting, this is what I'm running, basic simulation. So if I just open it and check whatever simulation details we have given here, let me just open it again. I'll open it here. So you can see this is our simulation, and we have already learned how we create simulations in the earlier session. So as of now it is running with a single user load, and this is the setup of the simulation. It is going to computer database.gatling.io. So all this you can check, whatever you want to run you can take from your project, or you can just run with this basic simulation for testing. So it is now running, and yes, it is done. I can now check the report. So if I click on this reports here, you can now see all the reports and all the metrics here. So let us study this. So at the top you can see the timestamp, the number of time, the duration it took, the number of seconds here. Then you can see here, just in case if you want to see some particular section, you can drag and drop like this, and then if you click on this button it will go next, next, next. You can see this is moving, so you can do like this. If you want to focus on some particular section, you can always drag and drop like this. And then if you want to create some comments, you can do that. So if you are working with teams, you can always create comments, and then here you can also check all these details. You can switch to the summary here. So this will be very useful if you want to see a tabular uh, report, or you want to see a graphical report. Here you can see the pie charts or the bar graphs. You can switch between all these things, and we have some more options: linear, log. You can check the settings, and all this we can do from here. So we can see requests, we can see groups, we can see users, connections, DNS, injectors. So many things are here. We can always go here and see the percentiles and see what all percentiles we need from here. If you don't want to see some particular percentiles, you can uncheck from here. Then we have options to see multiple heights. You can check or uncheck this date and time. All these options are here, so you can check all your details and reports and all these metrics here. So you can always check for the requests that you have. So as of now this simulation had 10 requests. If you want, you can select a particular request and can check the details of that particular request as well. So this will be very useful, very handy, and all this happens in real time. As your test is running, you can check all this. We have options to export PDF, then we have option to share with people. So let me just go again, and I will just run again so that we have some more runs and then we can see. So if I just go here, so if I go to the run history, you can see this is getting executed, and this is the earlier run where we can see all the reports here and everything. And if you want, you can also compare the runs. So this will be very handy. If you want to compare some runs, you can always do that. So as of now this is running, and you can see the logs here. This will get executed, and then once it is executed, we can check the reports. So this is how we can check the logs and the reports. So these are the logs, and this is how we see the reports. Now let me show you some more UI options. So this is our organization that we created. So you can see all your organization details, used, remaining credits, and everything here. So here you can see the plans and everything. So you can check all these plans here. We have users. So as of now, a single user, and as I told you, we can invite more users. You can give the user email and then set the role, and then here you can select the team, and then again select the team roles here, and then invite your team members. We have teams here. So as of now the default team is created. Here you can also see this is used by one simulation, and one package is here. We can create more teams from here. There are API tokens when you want to connect this Gatling Enterprise with some external processes or platforms, we can use API tokens. I will show you this in a moment. Packages we have already seen. This is how we can package our project and then add to Gatling Frontline or Enterprise, and then we will have all our simulations and everything here. We can create more simulations here. There are global properties as well. If you want to change or add any global property, we can do that. Dedicated IPs, if you want to use some dedicated IPs, we can do that. Then we have about. This shows you the version of Gatling Enterprise or Frontline. We have documentation. If you want to check the documentation, you can go here and check. Now on the documentation page, if you go to here, Gatling.io docs, you can see we have three sections. Gatling, this is for the Gatling open source. Then the on-premise self-hosted Gatling Enterprise, this is the documentation for that. And the Gatling Enterprise Cloud or Gatling Frontline Cloud that we are using here, all the documentation is here. So this will be very handy for you. You can check all this documentation. And then we have plugins. So we can see all these plugins. If you want to add any of the plugins and use or integrate Gatling Frontline with any of these platforms, we can do that. Let us check the Jenkins plugin. If I click here, it downloads a plugin file for Jenkins, and now I can use this, or I can run my simulations from a Jenkins job. Let me very quickly show you. I have created a separate session on how to integrate Gatling with Jenkins, and if I just go to my Jenkins dashboard, I have my Jenkins running on localhost 9494. I'll just go here and let me see. Okay, it is not running. Let me very quickly start. I will go to my jenkins.war file, which is there in my downloads folder, and I will open command prompt here, and I will say java-jar jenkins.war. I will start Jenkins on port let us say 9595, so that I will just very quickly show you all these details. How do we integrate Gatling Frontline with Jenkins? Let me go back to simulations, and you can see as of now we have two simulations getting executed. If I click on compare runs, you can see all these run 1 and run 2, the response time for 90th percentile, or let me just see the mean response time, and you can see you can do all the comparisons. And of course these request names you can change in your simulation script so that we have some meaningful names. As of now, if you see, this is what we have in our simulation: request 1, request 2, all this. So this is showing as it is, but if you want, you can always change that. So I will just go and check if my Jenkins is up and running. I will say 9595, and yes, I will just log into my Jenkins instance. So I have already created a separate session for integration of Jenkins, and in that session we have created this Gatling performance test. Let me first go to manage Jenkins, and I will go to manage plugins, and first I will add the plugin. So we have already downloaded this Jenkins plugin file from here. So from this plugins, I just downloaded this Jenkins plugin file, which I will upload here. So I will go to Jenkins plugins manager and go to advanced, and here I will scroll down to this section where we can select the file and install the plugin. So this is here, this is the plugins file, and I will say deploy, and this will add the plugins on my Jenkins. So it is as of now installing, and this is done. Now if I create a new job, I'll just create a new job. I will say Gatling Frontline test and freestyle. Okay, and now I can go to the build step or the build section, and here I will see a option for Gatling Enterprise plugin, and this I will get only after adding the plugin. And here I need the API, so I'll just go here and go to the API tokens, and I will create a new API token. I will say my token 1, or I can say token for Jenkins. You can give it any name, and I will say it can, I will give it a permission. it can start a simulation plus read permission. So this should work, and I have a default team, and I will just use this role and say save. So this is my token. I will copy this, add to my job here, and this should give me all the simulations in a drop down here, which it is not giving me. So I think I will have to add it in the Jenkins. I'll apply and save and go to the dashboard and go to manage Jenkins, and here I will go to configure system, and I should be having an option for Gatling Enterprise here. So I'll just search for Gatling, and yes, we have Gatling Enterprise here. So here I can add the token. So although it says deprecated, but that should be okay. You can say public API token of the Gatling Enterprise API in text will be used if no token credential is defined. So if you define any credential here, then it will be using that one. But if you do not define anything, then this will be used. So here for the address, I will just use this cloud.gatling.io, and now I'll say apply and save. And if I go back to my Gatling Frontline test job and go to configure and go to build, now here you can see I do not have to give anything here. It is taking the token ID from there where I have just added it, and now in the drop down I am getting my simulation that I have created in my Gatling Enterprise. So as of now I just created Gatling Performance Test 1. So if I just check the simulations, so as of now I have just created this Gatling performance test 1, which is what is being displayed here. I will say apply and save, and now I will say build now. So now I can run my simulation from Gatling. So you can see if I check the logs, you can see this is starting, and if I see here also, you will see this will get started. So you can see the simulation is now started, and this is started from Jenkins and it is now running. It is in a build status, and here you can see the logs on Jenkins, and once this will be done, you will see all the reports and everything here. So now we can actually run our simulations on Gatling Frontline from Jenkins. So this is how you can use the Jenkins plugin, and then we have all these options here. So you can always go to your profile and check your profile. You can sound out from here. We have, you can download some sample simulations from here. You can check the support. So all these options are here, and this is how we can use the Gatling Frontline cloud version. I hope this was very useful for you. If you have any questions, you can let me know and I will try to answer you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and never stop learning.